Welcome back, everyone, to Guild Wars. In the last episode, we did our first 3 quests, and now we make our way to the south to talk to Devona, who will have some stuff for us. Unfortunately, here, while we're running, and this is still blurred out. I don't understand that. It was never blurred out before. It was there before! Now it's gone. I'm confused. I mean, okay, what I was trying to talk about was that you guys are going to constantly be hearing my mouse click, and there's no way that I can stop that. Unless I had, like, an awesome mic, or an awesome, like, headset mic. And I don't. Come on, why would you just die? Dead. Now, let's get these skills explained. The power shot, it just does damage. It does heightened damage. It does 25 damage, like it says right there. And the troll engine gives you +3 health regeneration. Also, what I can explain about these, oh, look at that. Doesn't that just look purty? Doesn't it? There are different symbols above spells. This is probably the best example, the troll engine. The blue sphere indicates the amount of magic that you need, the white sphere indicates how long it takes to cast, and the arrow indicates how long it takes the skill to recharge before you can use it again. So, fairly simple. It's not all that bad. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I just needed to check something really quick, and make sure that this was recording properly, and it is. Oh, Fraps is just so nice. Even though it kind of does make this game's audio not lag, it just kind of makes some. It makes it run this game. It makes it run this game at like 29.97 frames per second, or it forces it to run at 30 frames per second, which kind of helps. Normally, this game runs at 60. And the color correction that I was using in the last episode, I'm going to do some tests, and I just want to see what this episode looks like without color correction. So that might be why that might be why the color looks different in this video. So just pointing that out. And I'm glad you've come. I can't seem to shake the feeling there's several on the horizon. Just give me my experience. She wants us to go to Ashford Abbey to the north and talk to Mirak, the scribe. Alright, now, while we are running there, these are all very basic tutorial stuff that I really... Ooh, red Irish flower. Flower. There are a couple things that you want to do with these flowers. Not just the flowers, but there are a couple of items. Because there's an NPC in Lakeside County, who, before the expansion pack, you'd think was actually not very important. But after the expansion pack, she was made extremely important. Anyway, I'm going to explain this with the skills. See the green number there? Any number that's in green can be modified. Your level in that skill modifies the number. Whether it'll be smaller or lower depends on what the number is representing itself, but yeah. Can I join your guild? No. You have to be accepted into Team Daiguren. Alright, so now that we've talked to him, he doesn't really say anything important. It's just like, I don't know what you're talking about. There are no such rumors, blah, blah, blah. Because there's some rumors going around about the king, and, oh, we need to go to Armin Saberlim. Okay, this is a good explanation. The game pretty much explains it itself, but you can click on a city icon, and you can click travel to go there, or You can alternatively double-click, and you will travel there on your own. So, pretty neat stuff. Now we can talk to Armin Saberlin, and he will give us probably one of the most important quests in the entire game. And that is the start of Second Professions. Which looks right here. We need a second profession to be able to fight the Char. And he will give us all the different professions that we can choose from. I don't need his directions because I know where I'm going. But before we do that, we're going to start collecting quests. Actually, we're going to do a couple of quests before we do those. Now, there's a mistake that a lot of players make with second professions, and that is they choose a profession and they go after it for their second profession, and they just do the quest for it and accept the second profession. They don't do the other second profession classes. And it's not really to see how your playing style is. If you want a second profession, then get it. But you want to do the other second profession class, or the second profession classes quest, because you get experience for those quests. So you always want to make sure that you do those. Okay, Namar, what is your... Oh, he's from Kryta. Yeah, he is. I'll understand if you'd rather not. Our nations were at war a long time ago, or for a war a long time, but I'm not your enemy, and I could really use some assistance. My friend Miller Upton lives in the southwest. He's actually, like, standing right next to Devona. So, because of our fast travel, we can just, boom, straight to Ashford Abbey, and he's literally just a good 1 minute away. And my character didn't load before I went outside. That was kind of weird. Oh, Red Irish Feller. These really aren't good for anything other than helping out this one NPC. Other than that, they're good for building up money because they randomly spawn. So anytime you pick one, they are stackable in your inventory. So anytime you pick one, just pick it up and you get it. It's, like I said, it's really good for getting up some money when it's difficult to get money at this part of the game. And I apologize for this thing. This is bugging me. Look at this. Yeah. Ash. Yeah. If you click on the mini-map, you can click and drag and it'll draw lines. This is for when you're in a party. If you want to direct someone, you can go, you know, like arrow. Or you can click on it and it'll make like a little radar thing. Oh, swarm of bees! Now, Miller Upton, what do you want? So what is it you want? I'm sorry, I really can't worry about helping tomorrow until I get rid of these damned old bees. Okay, well, we'll just take this honeycomb and... Yeah! Ah, stop pushing me, models of bees. The bees will follow you while you're carrying the honeycomb. And you're supposed to take it across this bridge. As you can see, this is usually in better quality. I don't know why that is so blurred out. But... oh, red ash flower. Another one. You'll see like a green flashing light. Let's drop the item. And, bees will stay there. See the green flashing light? That'll tell you where to go. Also, if it's not on this minimap, it'll be a green arrow being pointed off of the map. So... make me level up! Woo! He did! Alright. Leveling up. You can choose... For this level, you only get 5 attribute points. Attribute points will... Obviously, you can use them to level up different skills. Your main class will always have 4 attributes. And then when you gain a second profession, you will get 3 more stats from that profession. So... I guess I can just explain these. Beast Mastery just increases the damage by your animal companion. Expertise lowers the cost of ranger skills by 4% per level. Wilderness Survival doesn't really have an inherent effect. All of these and marksmanship increases the damage you do with the bow and raises your chance to inflict a critical hit. Now, every skill also has an attribute, like right here, marksmanship and wilderness survival. These the amount of points that you put into these skills will affect the amount of points that you put into a skill will determine how much the amount of points you put into a skill. The amount of points you put into an attribute, dear Lord, the amount of points you put into an attribute determines how many points will raise how many points will be raised by the numbers in the skills that belong to that attribute. Now let's look at marksmanship. This does 25 damage. I'm going to raise this by 2. Now notice it went up by 1. I used 1 point. Now this says 2. To go to level 2, I have to spend 2 points to get there now. So you got to be kind of careful with how you're leveling up. The point cost for all of these skills gets higher with the more points, the more levels you increase them by. Now it does 28 damage, and we're going to raise Wilderness Survival by 1. That is good. That is all good. All right. While we are out here, let's just get. What is this? Opposition teeth. Let's do opposition to the king. This is a very easy one. It's sad these royalist fools oppose King Adelbern because he was not born into nobility. They forget that it was Adelbern who saved us from the Guild Wars and the old King Grenth be just, who nearly brought Ascalon to ruin. The royalists hope to depose Adelbern and place Duke Baradin on the throne, but no one dares implicate the Duke in their actions. I'd like you to go to Greenhills County and search for signs of support for the royalists. Head north until you find a road to Greenhills County and talk to at least 3 people there. Sound them out to see if they have royalist sentiments. One warning, though. Do not talk to War Master Grast. The slightest mention of disloyalty to Adelbern, he's likely to crush your skull. Yes, ma'am. So, let's warp to Ascalon City and get this quest started. As you can see, I'm going to be doing quite a few of the side quests before doing the second profession quest. Because as soon as we do the second profession quest, you can go to the next part, or you can go off to fight the Char. Which is the next section of the game. What does this guy want? Ah, he will send us to Master Ranger Nente, who will help us get an animal companion. We're not going to do that yet, but we're going to be doing a lot of the easy quests first, just because I want to get them out of the way. So let's head this way. This is the way that we are. This is the way to Greenhills County, if I'm right. I think that's what it's called. I was not paying attention. I was not paying attention to the words in front of my face. Whatever. I kind of like just making a new character and just kind of sitting them, like placing them in some of the better looking areas of this game. Man, what the heck? Who's tweeting? But it's Creed. $5. $5. Oh, all 3 of these are from Creed. You just finished recording Super Paper Mario, guys. He did. I'm so happy. Okay. I don't want to let this episode drag on for too long. It's unfortunate, though, because these quests get... A lot of the quests, actually, later in the game, get really, really long. So there's going to be a point in the game where I'm only going to be able to do 1 quest per episode, which is just not going to be good at all. And he has warrior stuff for us. Okay, she's not supporting the royalists. Place Duke Barradine on the phone, on the throne. Duke Barradine, your brother's online too. Opposition to the king. From what I have seen, King Adelbern is a man of great compassion. There will always be those malcontents who seek to blame every hardship in life on the current king. And many of the royalists are merely misguided. In time they will realize the error of their ways. I hope you are right. We don't need destruction. Maybe you don't remember how Ascalon was before Adelbern. The crown peddled influence to guilds for the slightest show of coin. Who would wish for a king like that to return? Not I! Long live the king! Yes! Now we can warp back to Ashford Abbey. As you can see, I'm going to be abusing the warping system, or the traveling system, because you can't call it warp, because this isn't a sci-fi game. Get the... Jeez. Was caught on a wall. Yeah. Alright. So, we did... Ooh, red iris flower. You can also press Alt and you'll see items on the floor. And beautiful feather. Beautiful dreamer. Beautiful dreamer. I don't know the other words. We're going to talk to Devona right now. Prize-winning hog. These hogs are actually kind of a difficult quest to do. I don't even think it rewards you with anything. Just something to do, and yay! Yay! Whatever. What we are going to do in the next episode is we are going to Master Ranger Nente, actually, who will have stuff for us to do to make us a better ranger. Yes, I'm ending the episode off here. We will have to go that way. Off screen, what I'm going to be doing is, before we go there, I'm going to get 5 river scales. If you remember correctly, river scale tads, I'm going to get 5 scale fins, and at the beginning of the next episode I will show you what you can use for those scales at first. Let's get this. While we're here, get this. Grab this item. Do not sell it, do not drop it, just make sure you have it for now. Just keep it with you. Same for that beautiful feather. In fact, I'm going to go pick it up right now. So, as I'm doing this, like I said, I'm going to be... Actually, you know, I'm going to try and get the required amount of scale fins that it takes to get both items that you need to trade for it. Also, what I'm going to be doing, there's a trader over here, a collector. He is looking for dull carapaces. Dull carapaces can be found by enemies that are over here. Let me see if I can get them. I can't get them on screen. They're basically giant worms that reside in that field. You want to go get those dull carapaces. So again, off screen, I'll be getting the dull carapaces, the dull carapaces, and the scale fins. Alright? I'll be getting the required amount for both items. So, with that said, I will see you guys, there it is, Plague Worm, then.